and welcome to my little secret. Today on the show, I'll be talking to a lady, an actress, and a movie producer. Her name is Lawson. We'll be going behind the curtains to find out what's been happening in her life. Her divorce, that is if she's divorced anyways. Her secrets of how she's maintaining and managing her life. Watch this as we speak. Welcome back to my little secret. I'm privileged to have here with me Lawson. Like I said earlier on, she's an actress and a producer. We're going to dive into her life to find out the secrets of her prosperity. Is she divorced? Yes? No? We really want to find out. Hello, Lucky.
Hi.
Thank you for being with me.
Thank you.
I feel very privileged.
I'm honored to.
Lucky, could you please tell me about your childhood? I want to know who you really are or were before you became Lucky Lawson.
I've always been Lucky Lawson. I don't think I've changed much. But people ask me this question all the time. What was my childhood like? And I'm like, what is this supposed to be like? Because I didn't have a childhood life. I had a working life. Because I think if I'm not mistaken, the age around 8 years, I already started selling pure water. At that time, it's not even called pure water. Ice water.
Ice water.
Yeah. And then it wasn't even with the rubber. It was with the bucket and the ice blocks inside. And then you put the cup and then you put it and then they share.
Very unhygienic.
Yes, that's what I started off selling.
Wow.
Then while I was still in school and even in class, I sell IB toffee, condensed milk toffee. I can remember one good one. I was playing Ampe. And I remember that one because it hurts. It was Amoshito, and then when you lose Abashi, what is it?
Your knee.
Yeah, they use the knee to
knock you. Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing with the oldest child in the compound, the family compound at that time. It's not really. Yeah. And I didn't do well, so she ran from the back. It was like maybe 100 meters. It felt like that. And she ran, and then the next thing I know, she hit me like this, and I was stumbling. I couldn't hold myself.
Oh my!
I couldn't sit like that. Her name is Chocho. Yes, I remember. Yes, and she did that because we always calling her chocolate tea because she had chocolate tea. So she immediately kept pushing.
Payback time.
Payback was So that was one of the things I could remember myself playing all after school. I play soccer with the boys, and I get beat up for that because I come home dirty. So that's what you would call childhood. Okay, that was childhood for me. It was never an issue or a problem or something till I grew up and started realizing that.
So you thought that a child who is supposed to have a childhood, playing with her friends, coming home from school, doing her homework, sitting at a dinner table with her parents, you didn't have any of that?
If I was under 8 and I had that.
If
I was under 8 and I had that, when my mom was around, then I don't remember much. But after my mom traveled, it was like upside down.
Okay, so your mom traveled.
Yeah.
Your dad traveled as well?
Yeah, my dad left first and then later I sent for my mom.
So who were you left with?
Family, my mom, uncle, younger brother, and just there's some of the family in the house.
How many siblings do you have?
Well, we have 4. But at that time, it was only 2 of us, me and my junior brother. His name is Junior.
So you were both left with family?
Yes.
For how long?
Okay, I didn't see my mom again until I was 13.
From age 8 to
7,
13?
8 to 13, yeah.
Okay, so what happened at age 13? Did anything change?
My mom came. I didn't recognize my dad. We didn't have a relationship.
Of course.
And then they came 6 months or so, and then they left again. At this time to US before they were in Gabon. My dad was in Nigeria, from Nigeria to Gabon, from Gabon then US, and then my mom went to US, and then less than a year they sent for me, so I went to US when I was 14, and life there was not what I thought it would be because I was comfortable with my life, meaning I didn't know the people I was living with. Yes, my mom and dad have some flashback things that come up. I will see certain pictures and I remember, but I didn't have that. I love my mother, this is my father, or those kind of things. Wasn't there. So it was difficult living with them. Very difficult. My father and I, we were never the best of friends.
Because you lost that contact when you're growing up. So what you're saying is that the foundation of a child and the relationship between a child and the parents is very important.
Very, very
important. At an early age.
Yes, because it still affects you regardless of how old you are.
Wonderful. If you say it affects you regardless how old you are, you're doing very well. So how has that...
Those things.
Emotionally.
You have to be a strong-minded person. You have to be very disciplined. You have to have the love of God. You have to believe there's somebody out there greater than the people surrounding you. Sometimes you are born into a family you can't choose, but then around you, you create your own family. So, I mean, I had a lot of people in US that were like family to me, friends. Some of them Jamaicans, American, they were like family to me. And after time went on, my mom and I would build a very tight relationship. My father was still that, like I haven't spoken to my father in a year.
Wow.
Not because I want to, but it's different. He, like, you know, after you had that time and you haven't been around, and this is advice to all men. I know my father will be angry when he sees this, but I'll call this a therapy section because I feel some African fathers have this mentality that when I'm harsh on you means I love you and I want the best for you. But sometimes what a little girl needs is that hug,
that cuddle,
that like when I was young, I used to come from school and then I want to sit down with my father and like just chit chat, and you can't have that with my father. How dare you?
Yeah, I think you made a very good point there, and it's kind of like an African thing that fathers are quite detached from the upbringing of the children. Is just paying the school fees, putting food on the table, clothes on their backs, and whatever happens in the child's life is mommy's business. We don't want that, daddies. We really want you to be there. Girls like talking to their daddies because they would have to relate with men. And daddies know how men are. So please, daddies, can you change that paradigm? Give it a shift. Help girls, help your daughters, bring them along, teach them the ways of men. Is that right?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, so you were in the US for how long?
I was there in 95. Yeah, I got there in 95. So I'm still in and out.
You're still in and out?
I moved to Ghana. You can say I moved to Ghana in 2008 after my son was born. But I still do 6 months. So, so one leg here, one leg there.
Talking about son was born, did you have a child out of wedlock or did you get married?
I'm married.
You are married. Have you remarried?
No, I'm still married to my son's father.
That's strange because I believe, and I think most people will agree with me, that you were divorced at a point.
Really?
Yes. Or it's one of those...
It's one of those things that when you are on TV and you're under the light and all those things you have to deal with. So I don't feed into those things at all.
Okay.
I don't do those things.
So, in your own words, you're happily married to your son's father, and you both live in Ghana at the moment. You both do back and forth. How old is your son?
My son is 5. He just made 5 last month.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Hi, Jaden.
Mommy loves you.
Mine or not.
Wow. Okay, so this is an eye-opener. So, because I thought you were divorced.
I'm not.
So when I saw that ring, I thought, oh, perhaps she remarried. I mean, she's a beautiful girl. Someone will just whisk her off, you know.
Because I was getting all these calls. I was in US on vacation with my son when all these calls were coming in. Then after I hung up the phone, then my husband called. What is that? I said, what is what? I said, what is that? I said, what? He said, people are calling me that we are divorced. I said,
wow.
Me too. I guess we are divorced.
I'm sure he'll be like, did you divorce me without my knowledge?
You know, we were not into that kind of thing, so we wouldn't have. We are friends. I mean, every marriage have their ups and downs.
Of course.
And we went through a lot, and we are still going through a lot. It won't end. I guess that's what puts you guys and make you guys stronger, because it's not that smooth ride, and it's fake. It's always ups and downs. Even with friends, with your mom, with your family, there's always ups and downs. But we go through it. We get out of it.
So, apart from the emotional aspect of not having your parents there when you're growing up, how has that affected you as well in your career? If it has.
I don't think it has. I would say I'm very emotional because I didn't get the kind of love. I'm a very, very emotional person. I'm very sensitive.
Wow, okay.
Yes, people say I'm a tomboy, but people who know me knows that I'm not that tomboy, you know. I'm very sensitive, and I don't know if it's part of it. Sometimes I sit back and I think about the things that I went through in life, and I say, do you really know that I shouldn't have went through this? Why at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., midnight, I'm outside selling orange or fried yam or kilewilly or this or that? Why am I not in school? Why this? Why do I have to go to school and have to come and work and all these things at my age? Is it
normal?
Yeah, why did I went through that? And then I went to US thinking things would be different. But my first year, I wanted to come back to Ghana, so I'd rather sell my yam and trophy than be with them.
Because I was unhappy. My mom worked 24/7. My father is very abusive. When I hear my father's footstep, I have to move around, shake and stand there like that. So it was horrible till my brothers and sisters started coming. Then the stress started releasing off me. Now the punishment started being distributed and stuff like that. And I left my mom and dad when I was 18, and I got my own place. And then later on, my brother moved in with me, and then I wanted to do business, but my parents wanted me to be a doctor, and it wasn't working. It's just not me. I used to be afraid of blood, first of all. So I did an internship at the hospital, and I said, you know what, ship me to Ghana, because I'm not going to be that doctor you want. And then I wanted to do business management, and I was doing it, saying, no, I was just unstable. Then I was like, I'm obsessed with fashion. I did a couple of modeling. I modeled for a hair called 24 Kinky Twist, so I came into the black hair magazines and stuff like that. So I wanted to go into fashion. So I went to FIT from Monroe. I went to FIT. I didn't finish my business. Went to FIT.
Wow, that is interesting there. It sounds like you're kind of self-made. I think it's a very positive thing, looking at your childhood and growing up with the physically abusive father, which in an African culture is not abuse. We don't call it abuse, we call it discipline.
Yeah.
I disagree. Love is the best way to show your child discipline.
Yes.
Show them more love. not hit. Yes, spare the rod, spoil the child. I do agree, but not punch. Not too much of it. Too much of everything is not the best. Some people, it keeps them down there forever. Self-esteem gone, zilch. But for Lucky, she has kind of picked herself up from there, and that is what I want to find out. How did you become self-made, this alpha woman who is producing her own movies? And I'm going to go into the projects you're doing at the moment, which is amazing. Where did you get that strength from?
I remember one time I was about 16, 17, and my father said I was nothing and would never be nothing. And because he woke up before me, my family, you can't wake up. My father, you have to be up before your father, then that means you are. So all the insults, and I've always said to myself, you know what, I'm not a lazy person. All the hardship that I've been through shouldn't define me. Maybe it's just a preparation for who I'll become. So instead of dwelling in, oh, my childhood, I was this, I was almost raped, I was abused, I was this, I was that, I was da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. No. Who do I want to be? Who do I look up to? I don't look up to anybody. I don't want to be like this person. I want to be me. I want to be something that somebody would one day talk about or remember or say. I don't want my name to just be written on my tombstone. I want it to be written in a stone that when great-great-grandchildren pass by, they'll say, that's my great-great-grandmother.
Wonderful.
I want to make not a difference that money can buy. I do a lot of things behind the movie. People ask me nowadays, why don't you act a lot? I'm like, it's a passion. And I always say, you take away, you tell me don't act again, it's like put a gun to my head.
Exactly.
But once I act one movie a year, my soul is satisfied.
So you built on the positivity.
Yes.
You said to yourself, I'm not going to sit here and feel sorry for myself, and I don't want to be someone, I want to be me. Yes. I want to be that person that God made me to be. And that is one thing that puts a lot of us at the bottom. We want to be someone. It's good to follow.
Yes.
But also, we were all made for a reason, for a purpose. Our fingerprints are different from everybody else. I can't be you, you can't be me. We all have some sort of similarities, but there's an energy that God put in each and every one that is different to everybody else. And that is where you got your strength from. Wow. Do you know what? I think I feel encouraged. So we shouldn't sit there. Is that the message you want to send to your fans?
Don't say because I was born in a poor home, so I don't have any hope. You are here. Rich, poor, we both go down there. You were born of a woman. The rich man was also born of a woman. At least make an impact in life.
Talking about making impacts, I can't wait to talk about this, your new project you're doing with this ladies selling Beyond Beauty. Please tell me about it.
That's my new baby. It's like a dream come true. I started doing charity work a long time ago. Most of it behind the scene. When I came to Africa, I noticed the kids. I'm like, are we still in that time? Why are these kids not in school? I tried to help couple, but it's like you put them to school, turn around, and they are back on the street the following day. So I started going from village to village. I met this place, Avegome Kumasi, Avegome at Sugakope. And then when I went, I was touched because I'm like, I was in New York. And it got to a point I didn't want to go to school because I wanted to work. And these are the kids that they had a horrible classroom. They don't have toilets. So I said, this is where I belong. I want to help these people. Wow. So every year I do my exercise book, my school uniform, and my bags and toiletry and stuff to them. And then comes this, my Beyond Beauty.
Beyond Beauty, baby.
Beyond Beauty is about encouraging women. I work, so you have to work. Find a waitressing job. Go and sell pure water.
Thank you.
Please, there's condensed milk. It's like 2 Ghana cedis. You are using a blackberry and yet you are hungry. You have an issue. So I met these people, talk to them, and then I pick out the people that I felt are doing excellent. And now what do? I just push. Educate them, get people to talk to them, women that have background, where they came from, how they made it, advise them. Life is not, you don't have to be where you are. And then I get companies to donate into helping them.
What blows my mind about this your project is the fact that this problem has been persistent. No one, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but no one has created some sort of a charity to empower these women, to give them the independence and the confidence in the little things they're doing.
I want them to become entrepreneurs. I want them to own their own business. Staying in the kiosk is not the place, because as people like that, most of them, it's not the things they sell that they enjoy. They find men that dash them 5 cedis. That's why most of them have babies by these taxi drivers and all those things. So it's like another form of prostitution. I'm sorry, but it is what it is.
And that is one thing I find a bit uncomfortable about our society. That I don't want to say that men take advantage of the vulnerable, because they like to dish money into girls' hands and, like you said, have 1 baby, 2 with them and disappear. Or these girls who don't have the baby end up with some STD, some sexually transmitted diseases, because some guy keeps dishing and dishing and dishing. And for the women, if he dishes you 5 million, put it into something, like she's saying. Don't just sit there and buy mobile phones with it and ask and just sit there and just keep waiting. Put it into something. Become an entrepreneur. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with 1 step. If someone gives you some little money, channel it into something. If you don't know how to,
Find somebody who does.
this lady knows how to.
And my favorite one out of all of them is Anna. She's 27 and she has a sick baby. Her friends tell her, kill him, put pillow over his head. I'll take you somewhere, they'll give him some food. You'll be holding him 2 days, he'll just die and nobody will find him. Why is the child ill? The boy has not moved since he was 4 months. He can't move any part of his body. The only thing that moves on his head is his eyes. Oh my God. And Anna live in a kiosk and sell pure water. And nobody help her take care of the baby. So she leaves the child in the kiosk with the door open and go and sell pure water. After every trip, she will run home and check up on the baby, change diapers, turn him around, wipe his mouth because he's drooling, and then go back. So with the program, we're trying to get her some help.
Oh my God, and we sit there and complain.
Yes.
This lady has a sick child and she doesn't have anywhere to live. And we complain so much about the little things we don't have in life. God forgive us. You are God sent. I mean, the charity is the best ever love one can show. The Bible tells us to love our neighbors as ourselves, but most of the time is me, myself and I, or me, my husband and my little family, fork and knife on the left, sitting there having dinner, and your child gets headache and you go berserk.
Yes.
Someone's child is paralyzed from birth.
Yes.
If you have a heart and you want to channel some love into this lady's ministry, I'll call it, please, we'll have a contact on the screen after. And you could channel every little thing that you could give to these ladies. I am so touched, I am so emotional.
I'm more than blessed.
Because to go through such childhood and then such a teenage and even have the mind and the heart to get married and settle down and do something for yourself and keep going and not stopping. Ladies, that is the spirit. Keep going. There is no stopping point. When you hit bottom low,
Pick yourself right back up.
pick yourself right back up. The only place you can go after you've hit the bottom Lucky is the top. Don't stay there. Lucky, I'd like you to give a message to our ladies out there who think that it's all gone, it's all lost, I don't have anything, I don't have talent, I don't have money, I don't have anything. What message would you have for them?
It's just a phase you're accepting. I believe that once you set your mind to something and you really want it, you go for it. I always say, I wouldn't let what I'm going through today define who I am or who I will be tomorrow. Who do I want to be? I take mirror whenever I'm depressed. I get depressed. I get stressed out. I mean, sometimes I want things to go certain way. They don't go certain way. Sometimes I think about my life and then I just sit there and cry. Sometimes it's okay to cry. Just let that tension, just let it out, ease it out. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, is that who I am? Is this who I want to be? No. And go for the person you see in the mirror. Go for that person. Give her a hug. If you can reach the mirror, hug the mirror. Maybe that's what we need. That little hug to just lift you up and go for what God made you on earth to be. You never know. You'll be more than lucky.
Wow, what an amazing woman you are.
Oh, you're making me blush.
Oh yeah, you're going pink now. Yeah, right. But I am so blessed, I am touched, and I feel encouraged. And I'm sure the viewers feel encouraged as well. Thank you for coming, and thank you for sharing your story. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish I could go on and on and on. But as you can see, I am not out of chat, but I'm out of time. Until next time, I am your host, Kezia, on My Little Secret, where secrets are for sharing.